Oh, don't worry. I didn't need any space, Blaze. Thank you. Oh, it's time to start licking Miss Joy, acting like she hasn't been here for 20 minutes. Welcome to Rachel Uncensored, one of the few places on the internet that you can find an uncensored version of me. Hi, I'm Rachel Ballinger, and I'm here with my best friend, Joyce of Joys.
Hello.
Oh, hello.
Sorry, I was about to burp, and then it went away. And then I did Blaze's voice because I was under a lot of pressure.
I did not know I was putting you under so much pressure.
Wasn't you. You didn't do it. It was pressure that was just put upon me.
Okay, that makes sense. Blaze,
Why do you always do this?
God, it's like
I think it's when the energy gets a little higher.
Yeah, it's Stevie and Daisy do it to me and Colleen when we're vlogging. We'll be talking, hanging out. All of a sudden, one of us pulls out a vlog camera, and whoever's house we're at, the cat comes running to get in the front of it. And everyone's like, it's because you're talking. No, we've been talking. And the energy shifts, and they know we're focused on something.
I think what happens is it probably first starts out as maybe like a fluke or whatever. Maybe they're curious because of the camera. And then if in some way they get attention, then it becomes a habit. So they're like, oh, this is my time.
The camera's
and Stevie
out.
with her little belly.
Yes.
She's like,
oh, God,
coming.
I love when that cat runs because that belly just flops.
She's so cute. What is that called again? It's called a
pooch.
I thought there was another.
Oh, I'm sure there's a technical term for it. I just call it a pooch.
Yeah, it's so cute though. It's so soft.
She is the only cat I've ever met that lets me touch it, Stevie.
Yeah, and doesn't freak out. She's such a good cat.
She wants her belly rubbed.
Yes, she's not a cat. She's a dog.
She is. No, she's a cat. She likes to monitor everything and smack animals when they're being too
that's true.
rambunctious.
She smacked Jeter for the first time, and he didn't know what was happening. And he's like sniffing under the table, minding his own business, and she was sitting up on the table, and he didn't know. And so he starts sniffing up on your bench, and she just goes, wah, wah, and Jeter's going like, and it was so funny.
She doesn't use claws.
No, it's just a pat.
I've never seen her use claws. She always just uses her paw. But it is so fucking funny.
Jeter came running over to me and sits in front of me and just looks at her and was like, what was that?
I know it was negative. It was not a pet.
He's like, I've never had that happen to me before.
So fast.
It's like 3 in a second. It's like, wah, wah, wah.
Oh, her and Blaze stare at each other through windows now. He wants to eat her and she wants to destroy him. So they see each other through windows and glare.
She's like, bring it on.
Mm-hmm.
She's not afraid of him at all.
No, which is terrifying.
So ridiculous.
He has more muscle in one paw than she has in her whole body.
He's also so fast.
But for short bursts of time.
Yes. But on the wood floor, I don't think he'd get she'd get further faster.
She can't get very far on the wood floor either. Have you seen any of the animals try and run? I keep wanting to put more rugs in the house, but they stink up the rugs and they make them all gross.
Yeah.
But man, them running is so funny to me. I'm like, you're going to pull something.
Yeah.
I don't want them to pull anything, but it's humorous for the time being.
It is.
Okay. How you doing today?
I'm Gucci.
Good. I'm glad. I ran today. I already told Joy this, but I ran 2 miles. That's the first time I've run more than a mile.
Yay. This is when you put the little sound in that goes, yay.
I never know when to cut it because that sound clip on Final Cut is 3 seconds long, but that is way too long for a cheer.
Yeah, that is long. You just need a quick like, yay.
Exactly. That's exactly what I need.
I just did it for you.
Thank you. I'm just going to copy and paste that into every single thing I need with a cheer.
There you go.
Yay. Yay. I could create my own sound bits.
You should.
That seems like a lot of work.
That would be really funny.
Because I know what people need.
How would you make the sound for opening something?
Well, I would just put a microphone next to it and open it.
No, I thought you meant like do your own.
With my own mouth?
I thought you meant
was saying I could make my own.
No, I'm thinking you're doing it.
Oh, you want me to be like...
Scissors.
It is so funny. I've been doing crafts more and more, and I do something that is so unhinged. It is so icky. It is so repulsive. It is so weird. Okay, I have this tick about me. People have noticed it. Some people have pointed it out. Some people haven't. But sometimes when I'm really trying to pay attention to what someone's saying, I mouth their words. Mm-hmm. So this is just something I have. It's a little quirk of mine. I've had it for years. I don't know where it came from, and I don't know how to handle it. It's me processing. Blaze is, of course, now going to drink water. He hasn't had water in 5 days, and now is the time to drink water. I don't even know if you guys can hear it. But I will mouth what people are saying as they're saying it. Even though I don't know what they're saying, I somehow can mouth their entire sentence.
Right.
It stresses a lot of people out.
Yeah.
I don't know why I do it. I don't realize I'm doing it. Sometimes Abby will be talking to me and then all of a sudden she goes, oh my God, stop mouthing what I'm saying. I'm like, I'm sorry.
Because she can't focus.
Yeah. She's like, I can't focus on what I'm saying because you're mouthing what I'm saying. But how do you even know what I'm going to say?
That's so funny.
I'm like, I'm sorry. So that is an issue. It's not an issue. It's just like a little quirk I have. But I've noticed when I'm editing craft videos, there's a lot of footage I don't use because it's just me being silent while I'm fixing something, cutting something, gluing something. But whenever I'm cutting something or tearing something, I mouth the noise. So when I'm cutting something with scissors and it's going, whoosh, 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 if I kept the footage in, it's my mouth going.
I've seen it. Well, you showed me it.
I've showed it to you. Yes. It is so ridiculous. I also just realized my mic is up really loud. It is so ridiculous and it's embarrassing. It's like I give myself the ick. I'm like, what am I doing? I'm mouthing a noise.
No, my thing that I do is all kind of similar. Is if I hear a sound or hear someone say something, I have to repeat it.
Yeah, but you're actually making the noise at least.
Yeah,
I'm just going.
But it's not good. Like when you, like I told you the story. But it's not good when you have somebody who comes from England who's looking for a foster dog, and they're like, "Hello, looking for a foster dog." Blah blah blah. And I look at them and I go, "Would you like to take a gander?" And I'm like, "No, that's not what I meant. I'm sorry. I'm American. I'm sorry."
I do that all the time. I mimic noises.
Yeah.
Abby and I, we were in Greece and we were at this place. The entire floor was made out of marble and tile. And so when you moved a chair, it got, and so every time one of us moved a chair, Abby, her brother, and I would all go, and then we're walking around Greece just randomly in silence. One of us would just go, There was one time it was really loud, like super high pitch, and Abby mimicked it for days. And we just couldn't stop.
That is definitely something I would do.
It was so much fun. No, I mimic noises all the time, but mouthing the noise of an inanimate object while it's happening.
But you do it so well.
I do. I look like a crazy person.
You're focused.
Sometimes it looks like I have gum in my mouth and I'm chewing, but really I'm just mouthing the noise of scissors.
Really, you're just concentrating.
Yes, that's what it is. I'm concentrating. I remember in high school, my friend Kelly told me that anytime I was working on a math problem, I'd stick my tongue out.
I was just going to say, I had a friend that would stick her tongue out every time she was really focused. It'd just be in the corner of her mouth. Yeah, exactly.
I don't know why. My mouth
it's an ADHD thing, isn't it? It's like you're trying so hard to focus. And
I have to be doing something. I have constant energy flowing out of me and it has to be released somehow.
Right. If I don't let it release itself in those ways, then I have the
eye twitch.
And I'm like, stop.
My mom has the eye twitch.
It drives me nuts.
My mom's eye randomly just waters. She'll just be sitting there and all of a sudden it just starts tearing.
Yep, mine too. Maybe we have a condition like dry eyes or something.
I don't know. I definitely have dry eyes now. Since I had my eye surgery, it's a side effect that is very, very common. And it's not a big deal, but my eyes just dry out a lot.
Yeah.
I'm supposed to always be putting drops in them. But I forget. Most of the time it happens is when I'm sleeping.
That's annoying.
So I wake up and it feels like razors as I open my eyes. And I'm like, and I try and put drops in, but it hurts so bad that it takes a while to calm down. Yeah. Sometimes I wake up and I'm like, I'm just not going to open my eyes.
Yeah, that's how it is for sweet baby Louie. That's why I have to put those drops in his eyes now. He's got dry eyes.
A pug and I have the same symptoms.
Yes. I know. I was talking about it with one of my friends at nose work, and this other lady who takes her dog to nose work. She overhears me and I'm like, yeah, he has a condition called dry eyes, blah, blah, blah. And this lady's like, I don't know, maybe in her 70s or whatever. But she felt so validated. She was like, I have that. And I was like, oh, like, I don't know what to say. I was just like, I wanted to say sorry or thank you. Like, I was just like, oh, like, because I didn't know what to say. I was going to be like, wow, medicine do you use? I wonder if it's the same. Like, I don't know.
I've noticed with myself, I don't know how to respond to other human beings if they aren't my best friend.
I'm so socially awkward if I don't
so
know.
bad at it. And I noticed it at my house. Maybe it's because I have so many things going on. that people like you, I know what you're going to say. You know my responses. We know when we're not paying attention to each other. There's no rhyme or reason. I'll say something, you go, yeah. And I'm like, oh, she's not paying attention, but that's okay. Yeah. I guess I do the same to you. But with other people, it's so much effort to make sure I hear them and respond to them. And I noticed at our Friendsgiving, people who I'm not super close to would come up and say something, and I'd answer them very quickly and then walk away.
Yes, that's so me.
I'm like, why do I keep walking? I moved rooms 500 times because I would just, okay, and I walk away. Yeah. Talk to the person.
When I started first going to nose work, and it's like a different age groups for sure. And a lot of the people who do go either have been in dog sports for a long time or they're trainers themselves or whatever, right? Mm-hmm. So I went in there very like humbled, meek, and like nervous, and like nobody knows me. I don't know anyone. And so for the first few weeks, I would chit chat with some of the ladies, but like I'd kind of be standing there and like they're all talking and they're like 2 times my age, and then I just go, okay, I'm leaving. And then I would just like awkwardly walk away because I'm like, I don't know if they want me standing there listening. Like, I don't know if they like me.
Yeah.
And literally I'd be driving to nose work and have to like tell myself like, you're really cool. People also want to get to know you. Just talk about like fun things and just start normal. Ask people like how their day was. You know what I mean? Like I am so awkward.
I just don't know how to do the responses because I will ask them how their day is. They'll tell me, I go, cool.
You're like, what's
I
next?
think I've had so many things put in my brain of how I'm supposed to respond, because for my entire life, I've only surrounded myself with ADHD people. Mm-hmm. And then in my later adult life.
By default or purposely?
By default.
Do you have ADHD? No, you can't come.
No.
Do you have any?
Birds of a feather flock together, my girl.
I know.
So I would click with people who were like me, who understand me, who talk like me. And then as I've gotten older and I've had more people in my life, we are rare.
Yes.
I didn't realize that people
special.
don't function like us.
No.
And
it's a gift.
Then I've been told, you have to look people in the eyes. And I'm like, I thought I already did that. Should I be doing it more or less?
As they're telling you that, you're like, I thought I did that.
Yeah, Colleen and I always talk about it, and then we're always like glancing at each other. And then I've been told, don't interrupt people. Well, what if I forget what I'm going to say? I have something to say. And then people say, oh, just because someone told you a story and you have a story similar doesn't mean you need to tell it. Let them tell their story.
Yeah.
But that's how I relate.
Yeah.
Like, I have been told so many things about how ADHD people are supposed to communicate with not normal, but with non-ADHD people.
Yeah.
Neurotypical versus
neurodivergent or
neurodivergent. Yeah. So I think I overthink it now.
Yeah.
As before, I never thought about it, and if I meet someone who's like me, there is no thought. But when I realize I'm engaging with someone who's not like me, I'm starting to second guess myself. And I'm a very confident human being.
Yes.
So it's very strange.
It is. I feel those same feelings. And the 2 things I find myself like saying in my head a lot when I'm talking to somebody is, 1, are you talking too loud? And 2, are you talking too fast?
Yeah. Or halfway through a story, oh, do they give a fuck or are they just being nice?
Mm-hmm. Right. Or I'm a big eye contact, so I'll just stare at people while I'm talking. And like, I don't think my facial expression probably doesn't move much because theirs doesn't. But 1, I'm very hyper vigilant too. So if they look behind me or if they like squint their face in a reaction where I'm like, oh, I wasn't expecting that reaction.
Yeah.
My brain is going so fast. Well, while I'm telling the story, I'm like, oh, did you see that face? Maybe they didn't like what you just said. Should you watch what you just say? Did you say anything offensive? Like, all these thoughts are going while I'm still talking to the person.
Yeah.
Like, it's wild.
And
sometimes.
I think every time I talk, I have to be funny somehow.
Yes. Me
So
too. If I can get you to laugh, I'm like,
okay, I did it.
I did it again.
To me, there's no point in speaking unless it's for comedic relief.
Yep.
Unless it's to make the other person laugh or be entertained.
Yes, I agree.
So to me, there's no reason to talk for me to talk. But other people talk and tell stories, and they're fine. I'm not thinking about this about other people.
For some reason, if I can get you to laugh, I know. Okay, you like me.
Yeah, you liked me. You like this conversation. Good.
You're gonna walk away thinking, Joy, she makes me laugh. You know,
yes.
like that's the one that I'm looking for.
Yes.
Yeah.
Like, I'll tell you stories that we ask about each other's Thanksgiving. You and I can talk, not thinking about that. But it's someone I don't know truly well. Yeah. I think I shouldn't speak unless I have something funny.
Yeah. That's so funny that I think the same way.
And so I won't be coming at you with knock jokes, but I'll try and dramatize a story or emphasize something that I know or do something funny when I talk to make it seem more entertaining.
It might sound really weird, but when I have to go to my clients, especially if it's like a new client, because I get really anxious just just to talk to people that I don't know, especially older people, I actually will like take a deep breath in my car and then like, okay, like it's almost like I'm getting ready to like go on stage for like a play.
Yeah.
Like I almost like can like turn that part of me off when it comes professionally, but then I also black out, and that's why when I get in the car I have to write down notes about how like the session went, because I will forget a lot of things. So I have to go right to my car, write down notes, so that when I get home and send them a recap, I have that information. But it is really like I have to go into like almost this alter ego to be able to do it.
Yes. And I do that. I tell Abby I'm turning on the charm because I can do it and it's fine. And I can walk away having been a very entertaining, good listener type of human being. I can communicate well when needed. Yeah. But there are so many times where if I get in the zone too much, then I'll end up interrupting and stealing focus. And I know I shouldn't do that. Yes. I've heard so much, just let the other person talk. A lot of people just like talking about themselves. No, then there's awkward silence.
Always. And then you're like, cool, I have it easy. I'll just let them talk about themselves. So when they stop, you're like,
and
then you have nothing to respond to because you're like, wait, great. What did they just say?
You're like, I haven't been preparing my next sentence.
No, you have to like be have to be that way to be present.
Yes,
like,
I have to prepare how I'm going to respond to this.
I'm just zoning out. I'm thinking something that never happened, will happen, maybe could, should happen. Like it's just
always. Yes. Oh my gosh, it's so frustrating. But I know I can do it. Yeah. I am great at talking with people. I'm great at giving speeches. I'm great at being on stage. I'm great at communicating. It's easier when it feels like it's a job in some way. Yeah. If it's like casual, like at Thanksgiving or something, you're talking to your cousin's aunt's niece, nephew that you didn't really meet before this, can't do it. Yeah. Abby and a lot of our friends love going out to bars and meeting people and talking with strangers. My nightmare. Yes. My absolute nightmare. I need a couple of shots and I have to feel like I have an alter ego. It cannot be me. I have to feel like oh, I'm going out and do this, but I'm doing this because I'm never going to talk to any of y'all again. So I don't care what you think, or I don't care. Yeah, it definitely. We can fake it, but in my own house when I'm running around and people show up, I'm like, you here? Why? Yeah. And someone asked me, who trained your dogs? And Joy did it. They're bad now. Good. Okay. I ran away. I answered the question and then I left. Because I wasn't prepared for that question. I wasn't prepared for this human that I've never met to walk up to me and ask that question. So I responded and then I didn't want to continue it because I didn't know. I don't know this person. Yes. I don't know what's going to come out of their mouth next. Yeah. I'm scared. That's so scared. Scared. That's hilarious. You think we'll always be this way? Yeah. But our saving grace is we can turn it on. Yeah, we got charm. That's our saving grace. And we look kind of good, you know? Oh, pretty privileged all the way. But I definitely get kerfuffled. And sometimes, all the time when I'm out in public, the worst are the exchange with a stranger as you pass by. Because a lot, like on hikes when they're, hey, good morning. Hey, what's up? No, that's fine. That's fine. Hello. But if they say anything other than that, my brain, what? And I immediately think I have to have a clever response for some reason. And me saying, I'm sorry, what, is never allowed. Yeah. But I'll pass them in the grocery store and I'll just think they're going to say hello. And they go, cookies are on sale. I'll be, report to the Cookie Monster. What? Yesterday when I was walking Suka, I just hear out of somewhere. It's school got out, kids everywhere, people everywhere. I just hear, oh my God, you have a beautiful dog. And so I'm like looking around, and I'm like, don't see anyone. I was like, that's embarrassing. They're probably not talking about me. And then all of a sudden I hear it again. I'm like, you have a really good looking dog. And I'm like, where's this voice coming from? And then finally I look and there's this lady like 2 cars back from the stop sign that's sticking her head out the driver's window and she's going, you have a really good looking dog. So when I make eye contact with her, she said it for the 3rd time and I'm like, that's all I did. I was like, and she's like, he's so beautiful. And I was like, thanks. And I just did it again with a thumbs up. And then she goes, what's his name? And I'm like, Suka. I'm just like, but then my fight or flight response kicks in. I literally was like, don't you get out of that car. He's not as nice as he looks. If it's a conversation I'm not expecting, my fight, that's what it is. It's my fight or flight. I immediately am like, I either have to stand here and be really hilarious for the next 2 seconds or run. You fight, flight, freeze, avoid. Yes. All the things. Yeah. I don't know what it is. I also hate it when someone's talking to me and I don't know if they're talking to me. I don't know where it's coming from. I hate having to look around for it. Because you look
that.
and you look
You
dumb.
look dumb.
You look so
especially
dumb.
if it's not you.
Yeah.
Like when people are walking towards me, I've had people go like, like this or something, and I'm like this, and they're like this, and then I turn around and I'm like, you set me up. Why would you do that?
It's so fucked up. It's so fucked up. Why do we suck so much?
I know.
No, but I can talk to straight. It is so weird.
I also just convince myself all the time that like everyone has these problems.
Yes, that is true. That's true.
So that it makes me feel like just as much as I'm struggling in this conversation, I'm gonna tell myself that they're struggling too. It just makes me feel better.
I do notice that if I decide I'm the one that's going into the conversation, if it's my decision, I'm fine.
Yeah.
But it's I think it's when I'm taken
When you're
off guard.
Off guard, yeah.
I don't know what that is.
So interesting. I'll have to look it up. Blaze, do you know why?
I am a dog.
His mouth.
His tail starts going.
Read me something from your book,
Oh,
woman.
fine. Manscaped. Manscaped is our sponsor for today. If you are out there stressing about what to get the man in your life for Christmas, stress no longer. Check out the Chairman Pro package from Manscaped. It's like the Rudolph of grooming, guiding him to the smoothest, irritation-free shave of his life. The Chairman Pro has not one, but two interchangeable skin-safe blade heads. One for when he wants that face smooth so it doesn't hurt when you give him little kisses, and the other one is a stubble trimmer for when he wants to look a little scruffy, but still like he cleaned up a bit. Both keep him looking sharp while minimizing razor burn and irritation. The Chairman Pro is also waterproof, so he can use it in the shower, and it makes cleaning up easy too. He just rinses it real quick. It's powerful enough to tackle a 5-day growth, which makes it perfect for when he shaves every day or a little tidy up after a few days. And with up to 75 minutes of run time on a single charge, he'll have plenty of juice for when you travel and he forgets his charger. And that's not all. The package also includes a power shave gel. It's a non-irritating lubricating formula made specifically to work with the Chairman Pro for a smooth, comfortable shave. And to finish it off, we have the Face Shave Soother. It's an aftershave serum to be applied after shaving, which is why it's called an aftershave serum, and will help hydrate his skin and soothe any post-shave irritation. So give your man the ultimate grooming gift experience by Manscaped and get him the Chairman Pro package for the holidays. It's a thoughtful and practical gift for not only him, but you. Get 20% off plus free shipping with the code RU, the letter R and the letter U at manscaped.com. That's 20% off plus free shipping with the code RU at manscaped.com. We're gonna be popular. All right, number 71. You know what pisses me off?
What, Rachel?
You did it right, because you knew.
Yeah, I did know.
The fact that dragons never existed.
Doesn't this go along with your life now? Weren't you talking about your dragon book and how much you liked it? And
Yes. Okay, I'm going to read this, and then I have more to say about dragons. How is that possible? It seems totally plausible. Fun fact, until I was 23, I thought dragons had actually existed. So, the next one's really funny.
Fun fact, until you were how old?
23. It wasn't until I went to...
I think they did, though. Didn't they find like some... It's not a big one, but it was like a tiny old prehistoric thing that looked like a dragon?
Little lizards that look like dragons, but they can't tell if they ever breathed fire.
Oh, yeah, okay.
That's a huge factor.
Right.
But I truly thought dragons had existed. I thought it was something that had just died off with the Vikings.
Yeah, okay.
Or they were dinosaurs.
Like the woolly mammoth. I mean, they existed, so dinosaurs existed. Why not dragons?
I just never really thought about it.
Yeah.
To me, whatever. Unicorns, obviously fake.
No, I thought those were real for a while.
I
just wanted to believe it.
You know what I thought was fake but is real?
What?
Reindeer and narwhals.
Narwhals, I can understand. Reindeer makes no sense to me.
I thought reindeer were mythical Santa creatures. Oh, my battery just got exhausted. One sec. Anyway, no, I thought that reindeer were deer that Santa made fly.
Okay.
I don't understand the difference between a reindeer and a deer.
No, there isn't one except for they fly. Right? Are deer called reindeer?
See, you're just as confused as me. Reindeer are a real thing, but they don't fly.
Let me see.
Yeah. Do you think reindeer fly?
No, I'm just wondering if a regular deer that doesn't fly, if that's called a reindeer. Or if you only call a deer a reindeer when they're just like the Santa Claus reindeer.
No, there are actual reindeer, and then there are deer.
reindeer images.
Santa's reindeer
You're making
fly.
me second guess myself.
So you're just as confused as me.
Yeah, no, reindeer or caribou. Yeah.
Yeah, a caribou. But so reindeer is not a deer. A deer is different than a reindeer.
Yeah, you're right.
But
right?
real reindeer do
or is
not
a caribou a male reindeer?
Caribou are I actually just learned this on the last episode. Caribou is another name for a wild reindeer.
Okay. Wait.
So forget about the word caribou.
What's the difference between a reindeer and a deer? Reindeer differ from other deer in several ways. Antlers, antler shedding, habitat, their nose. Okay, so they're different.
They're different.
Okay.
But reindeer don't fly. Santa's reindeer fly.
Yes. So you thought reindeer weren't real.
Correct.
The caribou.
Correct. I thought that was just a deer that Santa
I get it.
made fly.
I get it. But also in the cartoon Santas, they're deer with antlers. But then when you see a lot of the live movies of Santa, they're caribou that they're using for the reindeer.
Correct. See all my confusion?
Yes.
I also thought narwhal were fake. Because what the fuck is that? It's a giant thumb with a horn attached to it in the ocean.
Yeah, no, that one makes sense to me.
And the only time I had ever seen a narwhal in my entire life was an elf.
Yes.
So do you see how all of my confusion existed?
No,
So
it makes sense.
I thought dragons were real. Then I went to Ireland, Scotland, found out they weren't. But thank God, because that's what I put on my Hinge profile. The fun fact about me, I said I thought dragons existed until I was deep into my 20s. And that's what Abby responded to. And that's how we started talking.
Aww.
But no, that's fucking funny.
Yeah, that is really funny. Well, our kids' generations, they're probably going to think the same thing about giraffes because they're supposed to like be extinct or something. They're on the
For real?
endangered list now.
Fuck that shit. How about
crazy?
we stop killing the rainforest? Stop doing all the things that humans do.
I know. It's so wild to think about some of this species. I wish, what was that one cat? There was like a freaking cat that had like stripes on it or something and it went extinct like before we were, I can't remember what it's called.
A lynx.
No. I don't know, some prehistoric cat, but it existed like, I want to say when our parents and our grandparents were alive or something.
So
It doesn't
messed
anymore.
up. We should
Just not fair.
How are there not more rules about being able to deforest stuff?
I don't know. I don't know how people don't care.
I don't get it.
Nope.
I don't know.
All right.
oh, what was I doing? Oh, I wanted to read you the second one
Yes.
in this because I think it's really funny. All right. You know what pisses me off?
What, Rachel?
Number 72. The fact that Bob is short for Robert. And it reads, who decided that? It doesn't make any sense. Rob is short for Robert. Bob is short for Bobby. Done. Logic.
Done. No, I understand. That's never made sense to me.
How?
Also, why is Richard Dick? Because
I do not understand how these names happen.
no.
My friend growing up, her dad's name was Bob. And then one day I looked at their mail and it said Robert. And I was so fucking confused. She's like, yeah, Bob is short for Robert.
You're like, no,
Show
it's
me where.
not.
When you shorten someone's name, you just take away half the letters.
I actually
Show me where
remember
there's two B's in Robert.
I remember I said that one time as a joke where I told somebody they knew my name was Joy and then they saw it as Caitlin on something, my driver's license or something. And they were like, where'd you get Joy? Even though it says Caitlin Joy on my driver's license. And I said, oh, it's short for Caitlin. And they just looked at me and was like, I'm like, it's my middle name.
Dumbasses. It's like me being like, my name is Rachel, but you can call me Alice. No, Blaze. Stop. Why does he do this?
Just come here.
Why does he do this?
I know, you can lay on me, but he wants to lick my ears and my knees, my two things.
Oh,
that I don't like. And then
armpits. That's what I was going to say.
Don't lick me in my ear, my armpit, or my knees.
Don't lick me anywhere. I don't want to be licked.
No, thank you.
Okay. So that's what pissed me off this week. You said that you had a thing for us. I let Joy plan this episode.
Yes. I'm just going to ask questions. I looked up questions it's just questions to get to know your best friend better.
Because we don't know each other.
Exactly. Okay.
We've been friends for 5 years, besties for 4.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, it's not wild
Yeah,
how
it is.
fast time goes by. The first question is, what is the one habit you wish you didn't have?
Me?
Yeah.
Breathing with my mouth open.
That's a good one.
You?
Sleeping on my stomach.
What?
Because I first of all, I love sleeping on my stomach so much. I've done it ever since I was a baby. My mom used to tell me that she'd get so mad because she'd rolled me over thinking I was like suffocating myself, and I'd flip right back over. So I've done it since I was born, but it causes so much back pain and neck pain.
And also, don't your arms fall asleep
all the time? My hands do, my arms do, all
That's
the time.
so bad for you.
But I cannot. I try so hard. I sleep this way. I put Louis in the middle of my legs right here to try to keep me from turning over. And if I get tired enough, I'm like, move, roll over.
That is so strange.
I cannot get myself to not roll over when I sleep.
Let's strap you down.
I probably won't sleep.
Well, one day you'll be tired.
I swear,
enough.
when I sleep on my back too, my brain is more active. I have weirder dreams. I'm like, I have lucid dreams.
That is true. Based on your positioning, you will have more or less or different types of dreams.
Yeah, it's so annoying. So that's one thing I wish I could change.
All right. Our both is about sleeping because I hate that I sleep with my mouth open.
Yeah, mine. I probably said mine because you gave me the idea.
Oh, there we go. Okay.
What's something new you have learned that recently that surprised you?
That you thought that all reindeer flew.
No, I didn't think all reindeer flew. I was at first confused as to the difference and like, wait, are you confused that reindeer existed, or are you confused that they didn't fly? I was confused why you were confused.
I thought reindeer were a mythical creature.
Something new. Oh, you're saying that for yourself.
I was saying for you.
Oh.
I was confused by you.
I am surprised to recently learn that Crocs are very comfy because I've denied them for so long.
They're ugly.
My sister has worn them since they have begun to exist. And I have always joked with her about it and messed with her about it, even though I've bought her ones for her birthday and stuff. But I finally caved, and I absolutely love them.
They are so cozy. Do not wear them out and about. Like to downtown and get to bars.
I don't know. I think I'm gonna wear them.
Yeah,
with a cocktail dress. You know, I would wear them to the club. And the club, we all got Crocs.
I do like them a lot.
I love them a lot. Okay, next one. What's your biggest pet peeve about me?
About you?
Yes. You can't have me.
That I can't have you? I could have you if I wanted. What are you talking about?
Screw me.
That you smoke puffs. This is not good for you, and I want you to live a long, happy life.
It's honestly my pet peeve about me too.
Oh, it is?
I'm gonna quit.
Okay, sure.
One day. It is a disgusting habit. Don't ever start. I wish I never did. I remember who it was that got me started on them, and even when they would smoke them all the time around me, I'm like, ew, no. I would hit them a couple times and be like, no, that's never for me. And then it just started creeping up on me, and I wish I never ever started.
That's what I hear everyone say, and that's why I haven't started, because everyone
and I don't like it. That's the fucked up part is I hit it and I go, oh, I hate the way it makes me feel, but then I'm like, where is it?
It's called an addiction.
It is. I hate it.
And it doesn't actually bug me that you smoke, but I know it bugs you, and I know it's bad for you, and that's why I don't.
And I'm always hitting it thinking about like, you're gonna be so mad in the future when you have brain problems and all these kind of problems because you're freaking hitting this stuff. And I'm trying so hard. I literally will like be in the parking lot like about to buy a new one, and I'm like, this thing's gonna kill you, and I'm like, I'm gonna go buy it. I'm so bad.
That's addiction, kids.
It is. It's disgusting.
Seriously, if there's ever something in life that people get addicted to, and you're like, oh, I'll just try it. If you don't want to be addicted to it, never try it.
And they're not supposed to be selling them in California because it's illegal to sell
they
vapes
still
with flavor.
Everyone is.
They still have them hidden and everything. And I even thought to myself, I'm like, I wish you guys would just follow the law because it'd make it so much easier on me.
Every person I know who is addicted to vapes wishes they were illegal.
Yeah.
Wishes they were taken. They're like, I don't want this.
Yeah. But it shouldn't, for me, I also tell myself it shouldn't have to be that way. I should be able to have the self-control to stop. But it's so hard. And I do stop for periods of times, and then it hits me on that 1 week, and I'm like, Or no, the biggest problem is I'll start hitting our friends.
Yeah, we have a lot of friends that all feel the same way. None of them want to do it, but then one person buys it, everyone hits it, and then everyone starts buying them again, and then everyone starts slowly stop, but then that one person doesn't, and it just keeps going in a cycle.
It's just a vicious cycle.
Yep.
We all take turns starting, except for you.
What about me? About what's your pet peeve about me?
Biggest pet peeve.
That you can't have me.
I could have you if I wanted to.
Oh, really?
Yeah. My biggest pet peeve about you is that you think Louis is fat.
You're mad at me for facts?
And he's not, though. The vet does not say he's fat.
Pet peeve is something that I'm constantly doing. That's the fact that I
Constantly fat shaming my precious baby
you
boy.
showed me a picture of how fat he looked the other day.
Oh, I was more like how funny he looked. And you go, haha, he's fat. And it made me so sad. Because how you know me, I'm crazy. I'm like, I take such good care of them. And the vet says he's not fat. But I know he's 8 years old, so he doesn't look the same. But
He just has extra rolls, extra skin. And I know that bro eats everything he can get his little mouth on.
and I try really hard to keep
Things
out of
great.
reach of his mouth.
You're a great owner. You feed him such a healthy diet, very strict diet. But that little fucker steals people's food when you aren't around.
Steals Dylan's food. Because he
I was
doesn't pay
trying not
attention.
to finger point.
Well, in certain situations when things are happening more so because of one person than the other, it's not my fault.
I said when
for
you
the
weren't
finger
around.
pointing.
You were around.
No, it happens right in front of me because he puts his little plate of steak right on the arm of the couch and like goes texting on his phone and forgets. And the next thing you know, little naughty is coming around behind him and just swallowing it up. And it cracks me up because Dylan sees him do it and eats his food and he goes and looks at me and I'm like, should have put it on the table. Like, I don't know what you want. He's so small. There are many heights that he cannot reach. So if he eats something, that is not his fault.
He can also put him in the other room or tell him to go to crate or whatever.
He's supposed to be in a spot.
Yeah.
Yeah. Sometimes when I make him go to a spot and they're eating and Louis sitting right in front of Daddy Dylan, he's like, he's like, okay. And I'm like, no, we're still eating. So it's his fault. He doesn't follow the rules. It's his fault.
It is his fault.
Deserved to get his cheese fries eaten.
So do you have any actual pet peeves about me other than
Not that
knowing
I can think
facts?
of. No.
Okay.
Not that I could. You don't do anything where I sit back and go, I really wish she wouldn't do that anymore.
I don't have a thing.
No.
All right.
Probably things I wish you did more.
You wish I drank more.
Yeah, like took a shot with me every once in a while.
You're naughty.
You said a good example.
I do. You're welcome.
Zocdoc. Zocdoc is our sponsor for today. Being an adult definitely has its high points. You can eat whatever you want when you want. You can go to bed whenever you want and however you want. But there's definitely some low points. Like you have to do taxes and you have to figure out what's for dinner every single night for the rest of your life. You even have to make your own doctor's appointments. But for that one, there is Zocdoc, the healthcare app that makes being an adult just a little bit easier. Zocdoc is a free app and website where you can search and compare high-quality in-network doctors, choose the one that's right for your needs, and click to instantly book an appointment. We're talking about in-network appointments with more than 100,000 healthcare providers across every specialty. From mental health to dental health, eye care to skin care, and much, much more. Plus, Zocdoc appointments happen fast, typically within 24 to 72 hours of booking. You can even score some same-day appointments. So stop putting off those doctor's appointments and go to Zocdoc.com/Rachel to find and instantly book a top-rated doctor today. That's ZocDoc.com/Rachel. Zocdoc.com/Rachel.
What do you usually do to avoid an uncomfortable situation?
I don't. I make it more uncomfortable by accident. Crack a joke.
Yeah, deflect.
Crack a joke. And then...
Or awkwardly just walk away.
Yes. But I think we're both pretty good at if we think we've upsets the other person to text them later.
Yeah, absolutely.
9.9 times out of 10 we haven't, but we just check.
I agree. I don't think we have very many awkward,
Yeah, you and I don't do anything.
uncomfortable situations. What emotion drives you the most?
Me?
Yeah. Like what gets you going? What motivates you for yourself?
I don't know.
When I feel inspired.
Yeah. If certain emotions will get me going for a certain amount of time. But yeah, if I'm inspired and excited.
Like I know my few songs too I can put on that just like get you feeling like, yeah, today I'm going to make some big change.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know what I'm doing, but it's happening today. You know, like I have to really like get myself feeling like motivated.
I saw TikTok. It says POV, it's 1 a.m. and you're in bed reinventing yourself for 2025. And it's this girl just giggling in bed and then not going to do anything about it the next morning.
Literally me in the middle of the night. I just had to get those thoughts down in my notes and I feel so inspired the next morning. And then I
then it falls off.
Yeah, right. And then I say, I'll start tomorrow.
Nope. My period started. I'm hungry.
I also get fueled a lot in like anger and disappointment too. Like if I either disappoint myself, I'm like, I know I could have done that better. Or like if I'm angry about something like the election or something like that, that can really like fuel me too.
Yeah, that can only fuel me for so long though.
It's very true.
Inspiration definitely gets me going longer. But yeah, there's definitely times when I'm in a fight with someone and I can't control a situation and I am mad about the situation. I'll try and control every other aspect of my life more. And so I buckle down on my workouts, my work ethic, things like that, because something else is out of my control.
I become a hermit crab because that's what I can do.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's usually when I'm like working out the best and doing all that stuff the best.
Always.
Let me see. Who is the bravest person according to you?
The bravest person?
Bravest person.
Oh, that I personally know?
Yes.
Because, there are people who run into fires and shootings and things. Those people are the bravest.
No, someone that you know.
Someone I know. What a college essay starter.
I know.
That is...
I'm trying to think. I'm thinking about...
That's a lot of pressure because people are brave in different ways.
Yeah, all the people I know.
No, that's a complete lie. I'm not brave in the slightest.
Me. Let's just say the obvious.
It's just my cop-out way of answering things I don't want to.
I would have to say Danny. Because he dives in the middle of the night in the ocean for lobsters.
Is it bravery or stupidity? That is a fine line.
I think it's both. Because I don't think you could do that without some level of courage or bravery, honestly. To swim in the ocean and pitch black to look for lobsters, knowing what's in that water, to me, there's got to be a level of bravery.
Yes. Yeah. I'm not denying that. But to me, it's also...
It is stupid.
It's stupid.
It's extremely stupid.
And he's just doing it for fun.
Yeah. That's the other thing that makes it kind of brave for me. It's not like it's even your job.
It stupid for me.
He's doing it by choice.
There's also different types of bravery.
Yeah. No, I was just going to say that.
Physical danger.
If I'm just thinking about like the group that we know, and like I guess in my mind I was thinking who takes the biggest or the highest in my mind like risks on a regular basis that has high consequences. Like that's where my brain went. So then I thought Danny diving for lobsters in the middle of the night.
We have a lot of girlfriends who've started their own businesses, which I always think is brave.
That's very brave.
Some of them are dating men, which is brave.
Oh my gosh.
So
brave.
So brave. Some have had children, brave.
Yes. That's very true.
I
It's a hard
personally don't
question.
have, it is amazing how Danny seems to have no fear when he goes diving for a lobster in the dark by himself.
Yes.
Where he swims underwater for 45 seconds at a time.
Has had interactions knowing that there have been great whites in the area.
Yes.
Never.
So, to me, that just is stupidity.
I don't even want to do it in the daytime.
No, I'm thankful for him because I get lobster.
Oh, absolutely. If you could change your life, what would you change about it? Or what would it be? I'm sorry, is what it says. So if you could change your whole life right now, instead of doing what you're doing right now, right? What would you change it to?
Like if I had to change careers?
I guess.
Because that's a very broad, open-ended question.
Because I was going to say I'd be a billionaire on an island.
Yeah,
and that's what
I would say, what could I change about my life? The amount of money in my bank account.
It says, if you could change your life, how would it be?
Oh, this sounds like for people that don't like their life. I love my life.
Yeah, so you don't want to change anything.
No, build more furniture, but I don't know. I would need more money in my bank account for any of this.
This is a weird question. How do you like loving publicly? No one, I don't care about that. That's weird. That makes me feel uncomfortable.
Joy doesn't like PDA.
That's just weird. Is that not a weird way to put that question?
It is a very weird way to phrase it. I love holding hands, kissing, hugging, cuddling.
Oh, I like smacking on the butt.
You love a butt smack.
What's your biggest dream?
Oh, to not have to work anymore.
100%. Absolutely 100%.
I feel like that's it.
Have you ever lied to anyone to make them happy?
All the time.
Who, when, where, what? Has it ever been Joy?
I've lied about my own state to make sure people don't worry about me because it's nothing they can control, fix, or help with, and they've got more on their plate than I have on mine.
Yes.
I've also lied about presents like people's like gifts I'm getting people or not getting people.
What's the biggest lie you ever told?
Ooh, I got out of our teacher caught us cheating on a group project, and I lied my way out of it. Although he thought we lied in a different we cheated in a different way than we actually did.
So it was easy to lie about it because
because I could prove that his lie was false.
Ooh,
Like his thing was false without outing us that what we actually did. It was a group project where we were supposed to interview someone, and we didn't. We made up this person, and we all wrote our own papers. But if we had to interview someone of a different culture, and we said we were meeting with someone who's from Mexico, and they had to tell us about their language. So a lot of us had taken Spanish classes and whatnot.
Yeah.
So one of us wrote out the alphabet and their phonetic something or whatever, and we all passed that around and act like that person gave us that thing or whatever.
Yeah.
And then we all had to write our own essays about it. I was the one that wrote the thing originally, and he thought that this one girl, Amanda, wrote it. I copied it from the girl who messed up. Oh no, Amanda wrote it. The girl copied it that messed up, and then I copied it from her. But in actuality, I wrote the thing, and he never caught on that we didn't actually have a person we were meeting with.
Oh shoot!
He thought Amanda wrote the essay, and we all copied the essay off of her because this one part, how to phonetically spell do something with the alphabet, was passed around. And the girl that messed up didn't change my verbiage.
Oh.
So I admitted that we passed that around, but we didn't think it was cheating because I lied out of my ass.
You're just sharing ideas.
Well, because it was supposed to be, we interviewed this person all together about their language. And then we were all supposed to take our own notes and then write our essay about it. But he thought we all copied one essay. And I convinced him. I said, you're right. We did all copy that one thing. And I was like, but we didn't think that was cheating because we asked them to spell out the alphabet for us and they wrote it out. And we didn't think that we had to change that because that was part of the interview. Like they just wrote it out for us.
Yeah.
So to me, that didn't need to be in our own language because it's just like writing the alphabet.
Right.
And I finally convinced him of it. And he was like, okay, I'm going to have you guys rewrite this essay just to be sure. And I was like, of course, because he was going to fail us from the class and we were all seniors.
Oh.
So everyone went silent. I think there was one other girl. So there were 4 of us in the group. And I was mad, one, because he thought I copied them when they copied me.
Yeah, that would have made me mad too. And then you still outsmarted him.
I was just like, and also it was so stupid. All of us were in that class because we just needed extra credits.
Yeah.
We had all finished our bachelor's degree requirements. We all finished the classes we were supposed to take. And someone told us this was a really fun, easy class. But the teacher got switched out last minute.
Oh, that's so annoying.
And I was like, I don't even need this class. I have finished all of my classes for my psych degree.
This
was
so
just
annoying.
some extra bonus bullshit class that I have to pay thousands of dollars to take and I'm not interested in. And so I talked us out of it and I got us out of failing.
Fuck yeah.
And I think it's one of the biggest lies.
Good for you.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
One of my biggest lies, there's been so many. Not big ones, just little ones. I mean, I had to lie a lot as a kid.
Yeah.
To live any kind of life. I'd say probably my biggest lie up until this point would be probably when I was a teenager visiting my god family in Texas, and I really didn't want to go back home. I was a senior. I was turning 18 like the following year, and I really wanted to finish out my senior year at a new school in Texas. And my god sister was trying to help me convince my mom because I had already told my mom I wanted to move there when I turned 18 anyway. But my mom just was not having it. And then when I had to go home, my god sister dropped me off at the airport with my boyfriend at the time, and he drove his own car, so he met us there. And, they said bye to me or whatever. And then I didn't get on the plane, and he took me, I think we went to get lunch or something. And I just sat at the restaurant and just waited for the phone call because it was like a 5-hour flight.
Yeah.
So next thing you know, my mom's calling me because she doesn't see me get off the flight, and she's hysterical about it. And then I end up just telling her that I didn't come home and I'm not coming home and I don't want to come home and I want to stay here. And it was this huge thing. And then my god sister was like, no, you have to go home because she'll never let you come back and visit us. And this is like technically kidnapping, so you have to go home. And it was awful. And it was awful for everybody. And I mean, to this day, regardless regardless of like what my childhood was like, it was awful because I really was trying to make a stand for myself and be like, I am so done being in this house, even though I have one more year left. But it really hurt my godmother, my god sister. It really hurt my mom too. I think she always knew, obviously, like how I felt about being at home, but I think it was like a real moment where she realized that like I am getting older. I'm gonna turn 18. Like this is gonna happen. Like, you know, she didn't talk to me for like a few days. She was very upset with me. Yeah, that was the biggest lie. And that was one of the lies where I actually did feel really bad. Yeah. Because I mean, now thinking about it as an adult, I mean, in the moment I was like, F you, I hate this house, blah, 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 blah. But thinking about it as an adult, I'm like, how scary would it be to go to pick up your daughter from the airport and she doesn't get off the flight? You know what I mean? So yeah, that was probably the biggest lie that I ever told.
All right.
Yeah.
That you can recall.
That I can recall. I mean, there are a lot of little ones, like where I'm like, I'm going to go walk the dog, but I'm actually like hanging out with my friends or something down the street, you know?
I try so hard not to lie now as an adult.
Yes, absolutely.
I realized
I used to fabricate stuff a lot, and I think it's because honestly my mom did too. And I used to fabricate things a lot, and I would always be conscious of it and go, that didn't happen like that. Like, why am I exaggerating?
Yeah.
And I am so conscious of that now. Like, tell it how it is. Don't, because lying is an addiction. And my whole family was a big, like, gaslighters, liars, making the story bigger than what it was. So it is a big thing to be conscious of and, like, not do.
It's hard. I still catch myself. There's maybe, you know, I pass an accident and there's 5 cop cars. I'll be like, there's like 100 cop cars out there.
Yeah, that kind of thing.
And it's just like an exaggeration, and people are like, 100. I'm like, okay, it was actually 5. Relax.
Yeah.
But I don't know why I'll do that, but I will never lie about something that actually matters or someone's intent or something like that. I'll make something more dramatic for comedic effect, but outright lying is not a.
I can't remember the last like lie I told.
I told a lie, but it was to keep a present a secret.
Yeah,
and to me that's a different thing.
So that makes sense.
Yeah, but
that's different.
I do not like lying now at all, and I refuse to do it.
When do you feel the most vulnerable?
When I'm naked.
Yeah. I feel the most vulnerable when I'm crying and talking about something that's really affecting me.
Oh, yeah.
Because that's like so not something I can like help or control. And I don't like it.
Yeah.
I always feel like I need to apologize when I'm like crying.
Well, we all do that because we all feel like we're being a burden, but we're not.
Yeah, totally. No.
All right. Just a couple more.
We're getting to the end.
Yeah.
Let me see. Let me pick a good one. Do you feel like you listen to your heart or your head more?
Oh, my immediate reaction is my heart, and then if I'm given a second, I'll switch to head. But the worst is when my heart won't shut up. Yes. But my brain is like, no, you're just being dramatic. You're being insecure. There's no point in worrying about this. And my head is saying all the right things, but my heart is making my body freak the fuck out.
Yeah. I think with my head first because I'm very like realistic, very like go straight to the like, what's your education? What do you know? Like, this is right and wrong. Like, I'm constantly trying to battle between like what is right and wrong or good or bad or whatever. But it's my heart that will like interject in that, you know, like if I'm saying something about training to somebody and they're like telling me like something about their dog and then my brain just goes to knowledge. I'm like, well, this and this and this. And then, but my heart will be like
validate them.
Yes, exactly. Or like, you don't, it could be different than this situation or whatever. Like they constantly battle. I feel like.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Let's see. Last question. If you today could go back and tell your childhood self something, what age range would that be? What would you say?
I think we talked about this last time. I would tell that I was gay.
Yeah.
Because I feel like that would change a lot of the trajectory of my life and what I would do and who I would meet and hang out with. And save me a lot of, it would actually might give me more heartache, but it would have saved me a lot of toxic men interactions.
Yeah.
But
it might not have led you to Abby.
I know. That's why I can't be mad.
Yeah.
About how my life ended up because I love the life I have now. But I think I would go age 8.
Age 8? Mm-hmm. Okay. And talk to yourself and tell yourself that?
Yeah, I would say you're gay. And also, I think we said this last time, master a skill.
Yes. Smart.
I don't care what it is. Just hone in.
I don't remember what I said last time, but what I'm going to say today is if I could go back and tell myself something, I think, and I was thinking about this recently, is I would love to be able to go back to myself at almost any age, honestly, I would say from like 8 and up, and tell myself like, don't worry, you're going to get there. Like you're going to get to a point where you will have your own car, you will have your own space, you will be free. Like,
Yeah.
don't worry. I wish I could go back and tell myself, as difficult as it might be, try to enjoy being a kid as much as possible.
Yeah, it's hard.
Yeah. There's so much from my childhood I feel like I don't remember, or like when a memory gets sparked by one of my sisters or something, and I'm like, oh my God, I don't know if I would have ever thought about that again in my life if you didn't spark that thought in me.
Yeah.
You know? And that's why I think it's so important. My sister and I talk about this with Zariah all the time, because she was like saying something like, we were at the house cooking, and Anna made a joke where she's like, okay, Zariah, are you going to do the dishes for us? And I looked at Anna and I was like, do you remember that though, being a kid? Like every holiday, like from when we were really young, it was always the kids had to clean up. The kids had to do the dishes. The kids had to this, you know? And she was like, I said to her, I like the fact that you don't do that. Cause I'm like, at some point she will be like a 12-year-old child and she can do the dishes.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I was like, but I love the fact that you actually don't push those things on her at this
her
age.
have fun.
Yes. And I think that's so
Yeah.
important. And she was saying like her family on the other side will give her a lot of crap about it. Like, you just do a lot of things for her, and she should do this, and she should do the dishes, and she should that. And I'm like, she's also only 5.
Yeah, let her have a childhood.
You know what I mean? Yeah, let her, like,
She should learn to put her dish, after she's done, she should put her own dish in the sink.
Right. That there's places where you can start, and she does do stuff like that. But yeah, it's just so interesting, like the difference in how we were raised versus like how a lot of people are raising their children now. And I think it's so important.
Yeah. There's just so many differences.
Well, this has been another podcast.
Yeah, just chit-chatting away. Dear God.
We have to, I always say this. We have to ask the viewers again for questions.
All right, what do you guys want? Comment below.
Yeah,
Let us
ask
know.
us some questions. Good ones.
Please.
Get our brains thinking.
Dee-dee-dee-dee-dee.
Not
All right.
any math questions or anything like that, please.
X is equal to negative b plus or minus the square root of b squared
minus
minus 4ac all over 2a.
And PEMDAS.
PEMDAS? Ah, yes. Parenthesis.
Exponents, multiplication, division. Wait, I said backwards. Division, multiplication. Nope.
I don't know. I have to see it.
Addition, subtraction.
Yeah.
Yes.
I don't fucking know. All
right.
I love you guys. We'll see you next time. Bye. Thank you for listening to this episode of Rachel Uncensored, the only place on the internet where you can find the uncensored version of me, Rachel Ballinger. I hope you enjoyed. If you did, please like, subscribe, or follow, or do whatever this platform tells you to do so that you can get notified every time I post a new episode. Love ya!